Hello, friends. Happy Wednesday. I hope everyone is having a wonderful, wonderful week so far. I'm doing my live in a different spot in my house, and I'm using my boyfriend's office. So he has this big standing desk, and I'm not really sure what to do with my arms while I'm standing at this desk. So I'm going to go ahead and ask for you guys to forgive me if I look super awkward because I'm adjusting to standing up and doing something on my computer. It's kind of weird. But anyway, guys, it's a couple of minutes before 6. We usually start these right at 6, but I've been trying to get on a little earlier to let people get notified that we are live. So if you guys are watching, thanks for hanging out. I love this time of the week where I get to chat with you guys. And as always, I use a streaming service so I can go live on my Facebook group and on my YouTube channel. So if you're watching on Facebook and you want to interact throughout this live, just go click the link up top. That's just going to allow StreamYard to see your name. So when we're talking, I can see who I'm talking to. And if you're on YouTube and you would like to come hang out in the Six Figure Stylist group with us on Facebook, make sure you check out the description box below after the live has ended, because I'll go back and add that link in for you guys. So we got some people hopping on already. Hi, Jake. Hi, Facebook user. Yeah, either tell me your name or click that permission up top so I can see who I'm talking to. We'll give it just a minute here before we get rolling. I seriously don't know what to do with my arms. I feel very awkward now. But anyway, this week I want to talk to you guys about how to take a good headshot right from your home or right from your salon, because starting out on social media, having a good headshot is like the first thing people are going to notice. So have you guys ever been talking to someone on Facebook or Instagram or something, or even I can imagine like dating apps and stuff like that, and if it's like a group photo or a photo of a bunch of different people or a photo of like their cat or something like that, and you have no idea who you're talking to, like that makes me so anxious to not be able to like put an online presence with a face. So I think it's super important to have a really good, clean and clear headshot of yourself, and that'll really help you bring in clients because they'll know exactly who you are, who they're speaking to right off the bat. So we'll give it just one more second here, guys, and we'll go over our 3 tips that I have for you today. And I'm super excited about this episode. It's going to be a fun one. I've talked a lot about photography before in the past, but it's always been how to take good hair photos and how to take photos of your clients. And I was like, oh, I've never actually shared how I take all of my headshots. So I thought that would be very helpful, and we'll just give it a go and see how it goes. So like I said, I have 3 tips for you guys. These are the main points that you need to make sure that you have covered in your headshot. I'll lower this a little. Okay, we got it. Hey, Ashley, thanks for hanging out. Yes. Oh, I actually saw your post about talking about how you like natural light. I love natural light too. But natural light is not always super convenient. So I'll actually share what I do and what I use for lighting in my suite because I don't have any windows in my suite. So it's kind of a bummer. So let's go through right in order. But before we begin, I do want to let you guys know tonight is the last night to use the promo code to save 30% on all of the hairbykate.com courses. So if there's something that you've been meaning to grab, you can still use promo code COVID to save 30% on absolutely everything, but it ends tonight. I think all of us are kind of back slowly getting into our regular lives, and we're back working in the salon and everything. So I am going to end that tonight, but I hope everyone that did grab something while we had that promotion going on is really enjoying their stuff, their products. And as always, if you guys have questions, shoot me a message, whatever, we'll get you taken care of. So diving right in, guys, first and foremost is going to be your background. So going back to the example that I said at the beginning, if you've ever talked to someone or like on Facebook or Instagram or whatever, and they just have like a ton of stuff happening in the background, it makes it hard to focus on who you're talking to and that person, because I know my eyes just like zoom all over the place and I'm like, ooh, are they on a boat? Did they catch a fish? Is that their dog back there? What is going on? So it's very essential to have a really clean and clear background. So this, for example, would not be good. There's a lot happening back here. I got like a random chair over my shoulder here. So my favorite thing to use in my salon, and this actually goes for my headshots and my client photos as well, is I have this really cool pop-up backdrop that my boyfriend actually got me from Amazon. And I went ahead and posted the link. It's not the exact same one that I have, but it's a really good company that I've used for other things before that made this one that I linked. And it's reversible too. So the thing comes out in like a big circle and you can unwind the circle and it pops up to just this huge, like, I think it's like 5 foot by 7 feet or something like that. So it's big. So it fits absolutely all of my clients and definitely my height and width and everything in the backdrop. And it cuts out all distractions and it's reversible. So if I am going for something like deeper, I can use the backside, or if I want to have a little more reflection coming from the backdrop, I can use the white side. So kind of depending on what like style of headshot I'm going for and like what color my hair is too, honestly. That's how I'll decide if I'm going to use the black or the white. I typically use the black side just because I like, it just feels really clean to me. And the white side of my backdrop is always like kind of covered in hair too. And you can actually see it. Whereas on the black side, nothing shows up and it's beautiful. So by having a clean and clear background, it will just ensure that as soon as the person sees your photo on social media, they'll be like, oh, that's Kate, that's who I'm talking to. And they aren't getting distracted by anything else. Hey, Facebook user, lady friend. I don't know if you're a lady, I'm a lady, but hi, either way, I'm glad you're here. Also, if you don't want to do the backdrop thing, I love photos that are outside. So like when we were on quarantine and I was doing a lot of mannequins, I had a favorite spot right outside of my house. There's this big bush thing that covers one of the walls. So I was taking all of my mannequins out there and doing their photos in front of that because it's still kind of the same solid tone. It's just green, obviously, and it has a little bit of texture to it. So if you are a fan of like natural lighting, shooting outside, that's always a good option too. So number 2 is going to be your lighting. And this is something when I was responding to Ashley's comment, we were talking about a little. I love natural lighting for absolutely everything, but natural lighting can be very finicky, very inconsistent. I'm sure a lot of you guys know I live in South Florida. So it's either like blazing hot 200 degrees or it's torrential downpour. Like I feel like we have no in between. So it's really hard for me to take photos outside. Like I was saying with my mannequins, I would have to take them out at like exactly 5:42 p.m. That was like, I had 3 minutes of good natural lighting and that was all I got. So if you are like me and you struggle to have natural light outside, you can always take photos in front of a window and that works pretty well. But like I said, I'm in a suite, so I don't have any windows in my room, which kind of sucks, but it is what it is. So I've learned to create my own lighting and all I use is a ring light. So lighting is going to either make you look really good or really bad. Like right now you can see over here, it's kind of dark. And over here, the side is all like pretty and illuminated, but it's because I have a window on the side of me and nothing over here. So what happens if you're taking photos inside is you typically have some kind of hideous fluorescent bulb up top and nothing coming around you. So if you just take your photo inside with no natural lighting and just a light source coming from up top, it's going to create all these like shadows on your face. It's going to make you look like you have really bad under eye circles. Sometimes it'll give you that like double chin effect and it's just not a good look. So if you can create your own lighting where your lighting source is very even and soft and diffused, like using a ring light, that's going to help you so much because it'll bring out all the natural highlight spots on your face and it'll make you look as gorgeous as you actually are. So I use a Neewer ring light. I've had this thing for about a year and a half now. I've had it for a while. It's like $100 on Amazon, and that's actually the company that I recommended for the backdrop as well, because I just found, I don't know if they just made it or if I'm just discovering it, but they did have a reversible backdrop. So I linked the Neewer ring light and the Neewer backdrop in the caption box. So if you guys need that stuff, that's there for you. And I love Amazon for stuff like that because you can get it in like 2 days. It's beautiful. So lighting is definitely going to be a huge, huge part of having that professional looking photo. And another cool thing that I got with my ring light, and I don't know if they're still doing this or if this was just like a promotional thing, but they sent me a shutter clicker that is Bluetoothable. So I have in the ring light, they sent me a little stand for my phone. So you have the ring light here. There's this little stand in the middle that I can hook my phone into. And then there's a Bluetooth shutter clicker. So I just turn the little clicker on, I connect it to my phone, and then I can come stand back in front of my ring light and get all cute and stuff, and then just hold the clicker, and I just press a button and it takes the photo immediately. So that way I can not look like I'm taking a selfie, even though I'm taking a selfie. So that was like the one thing that I never knew I needed until they sent me that with the ring light. And when I got it, I was like, holy Lord, this thing is amazing. And I don't know how I've lived this long without one. So if you get the ring light, if they don't have it, I'm sure you can buy one like a la carte. I would just search on Amazon, like Bluetooth shutter clicker. It sounds right? I don't know what it's actually called, but I'm sure it wouldn't be too hard to find. And if you guys look for one and struggle finding one, let me know and I'll help you search for it for sure. Okay, and last but not least, this is my absolute favorite tip because I feel like a lot of people don't like this one, but I think it is so essential, and that is going to be your photo editing. So I say this on like going over tips for taking hair photos as well, but it goes back to the same thing in your headshots. You're going to want to edit them. And no, you don't want to look like you have a Snapchat filter on, no like halos or flower crowns or butterfly eyes or anything weird, but you do want to edit them to make you look your best. So whenever I do my own headshots, I'll go in, and if my face is like super shiny or something, I can go in and actually like matte that out. I also like going back and deepening my background, especially if I'm using that black backdrop, because it just really makes your subject pop. And then I do go in, I'll like smooth out my skin if there's something funky going on. I'll whiten my teeth a little bit. Nothing extreme, but you just want to look good in your photos. And that's what you can expect if you did go to a professional photographer to have them do your headshots. If they just sent you some raw images, you'd be pissed. Like, that's what you should be getting when you have professional photography done, is edited photos. Because raw photos are amazing, of course, but they don't have that magic and that oomph behind them. That's why we hire professional photographers in the first place. And I don't want to knock professional photography in any way, because I think what they do is amazing. And I think there's definitely a time and a place for professional photography. Like, I would never suggest to go like try to do your own wedding photos and like edit them on your phone, because that'd be weird. But if you just want to take good hair photos or get a good clean headshot of yourself without investing right off the bat in a professional photographer, I feel like I've always gotten really good headshots just by following these 3 tips. I also did want to let you guys know, if you are struggling with editing your photos, I know there's so many different options for things that you can do. Check out hairbykate.com. There is a photo editing tutorial on Hair by Kate, and it's normally only like, it's $3 or $5, I think. But if you want to go ahead and snag it tonight, you'll get 30% off. So it's like $2. But it actually shows you on a client photo that I have, and I go through and actually edit all of the steps that I do to like smooth out skin, darken the background, all of that stuff, like crop in right. And I feel like it just helps bring the picture to life so much. So those are my 3 big tips. Like, they're not that much of a secret, but I feel like it almost takes someone telling you, like, hey, these are the things that you need to do to make it click sometimes. So I just wanted to share these with you guys. I hope it helps. If you use these to make your own or to take your own headshots, tag me in your shots when you post them, because I definitely want to see what you guys come up with. And as always, I can't even speak today. I don't know what's happening. As always, guys, if you have questions or just want to chat, my DMs are always open for you. So shoot me a message, leave a comment if you need anything else, and I will see you guys next Wednesday at 6 p.m. Also, if there's something you want to see specifically, let me know. I think there's a lot of questions in our industry as a whole right now about how we should handle some situations and how to come back from being out of work for so long. So if there's anything that you guys are struggling with, definitely let me know and we'll chat about it. All right, guys, thanks so much. I'll see you next week.